Alright, hello everyone. Today we'll be drafting AJ's first LinkedIn newsletter, and yeah, let's get started. But first things first, let's drink up before we get started. This is just plain water, and hydration is extremely important. Okay, alright. So these are the two apps, or rather, these are the two links that I'll be using for this write-up. Firstly, it will be Pomo Focus. This is the Pomodoro timer, 25 minutes, 5-minute break. If I ever exceed 25 minutes, then next one would be HemingwayApp.com. I'm going to keep things very simple here. I want to maintain a grade 5 level of writing here. Okay? Alright, let's start out with a quick. Let's prep the page here. Oops. With great visuals. Okay. Heading 1 will be intro. Then this one would be 3 points. Then just skip right down to the bottom here. I'm gonna do end. Okay. Let's see. So AJ, we mentioned 3 different points here. Okay, so based on our meeting notes, the 3 points are visual overload, easy for it to be missed out. Visual overload, easy for it to be missed out. So you got scrolling culture, visual. Even though that thought-provoking won't capture attention, people are more drawn to animation. It sort of breaks the. Okay. Choice of audio says report to make you stand out. Okay, unique sound or common sound to capture people's attention. Okay, so see how much of an impact. There's 3 different ways. 3 reasons why some brands feel invisible. Some brands, why your brand feels invisible even with green. Okay, so I'm gonna say reason 1, visual overload. Then I'm gonna go with reason 2. Let's give a name or category, tonality, and tonality. Then let's see. Point familiar, and then familiar presence, unique presence, familiar. I think unique presence. And there's a good call over there. So okay, I think these are pretty decent. So we prop the page up. Okay. 3 reasons why your brand feels invisible even with great visuals. Okay, cool. So knowing AJ, okay, pretend I'm AJ right now. So I'm gonna communicate using a 1-3-1 method. Okay, I've got a whole structure now. So now I'm just gonna start writing with a bold statement by saying like, okay, what's the first thing that she said there? Scrolling culture is becoming more and more common. Okay. filled with you have timeline filled with, we can edit that. You have I just realized I forgot to turn this on, so I'm just gonna start that. Okay, I was in the zone, so uh, so I'm just like, okay. Scrolling culture is becoming the norm. Your timeline is filled with animations, transitions, podcasts, different video formats. You have apps using portrait and landscape videos, media for different intent, for different purposes, such as education, entertainment, and inspiration. To leave a lasting impact to your audience, you need to. So I have to change it to active. To you need okay. You need audio as a background for visuals. It's to make your brand feel remembered. To make your audience remember. Okay. We've got transition, we've got all that, so it's decent. There's education, entertainment, inspiration. You need audio as a backbone for your visuals to be your audience for your brand. Okay, 131. Then there are 3 reasons why. Just reiterating. You need audio as a backbone, so it's just telling you ahead of time by saying like, okay, you need audio for your visuals. Here are 3 reasons why your audio needs visuals. Even with great visuals, okay? So reason 1, visual overload. So on this portion, AJ emphasized more on the scrolling culture, and visuals are thought. Even though, okay, there's a word in mind. Audio interrupts scrolling culture. Okay. Audio interrupts pattern. Okay, you may have this one. It's my back. Then we have isn't exactly. Grip on modern to animation. Okay. Audio interruption approach. Let's change it. Attention. Okay, now that's a lot easier to read because you're breaking things up into shorter sentences. So by saying like, okay, reason number one, visual overload. Audio interrupts your audience's scrolling pattern. Unless you have thought-provoking or eye-catching visuals, your content won't capture the attention. The part that makes your audience stick will be your audio in the first 3 seconds. People are more drawn to animations. Yes. Animation or fancy fancy hooks. Can be more drawn. But imagine is what gets them hooked. Fancy transitions, but the audio gets them hooked. When you break a pattern, more eyes will be watching your content. Okay? So this is how you sort of wanna, sort of get things done when it comes to writing. So atomic essays, I forgot to mention, atomic essays are the drivers into how I do my different writings because it's the easiest to pump out content within that period of time, and it's just a lot more convenient and slightly more to what people are already doing, right? So to scan through like every single portion when I scan through, I just like, okay, 131, make sure it's in that portion. Okay, so I'm just saying like, okay, cool. Reason one, audio interrupts your audience's scrolling pattern. Unless you have thought-provoking or eye-catching visuals, your content won't capture attention. The part that makes your audience sticks will be your audio in the first 3 seconds. People can be more drawn to animation or fancy transitions, but the audio gets them hooked. When you break a pattern, more eyes will be watching your content. Easy as that, okay? It's very fluid, which means it's good. And then if it's that fluid, it's already good enough, okay? You don't need anything more. Don't keep it short and concise. You just don't have to extend it even more. There's no reason to do it, okay? So now we do the exact same flow into reason number 2, audio tonality. So in audio tonality, AJ mentioned about the choice of audio setting you apart to make you stand out. So this one we are going and diving deep into what you stand for, meaning your personal brand should reflect your choice of audio, okay? And having lower pitches, authority is it, and having higher pitches means that. Okay, so your personal brand should reflect your choice of audio. Lower pitches mean authority, emphasis, friendly, approachable, and entertaining. So Okay, your personal brand should reflect your choice of audio. Lower pitches mean authority, seriousness, and emphasis. Your content direction. With how it's lower pitches mean authority. Your since that's what people are all about. And this is true. I feel this is true. Okay. So, okay, next up. Let me scan through. Okay, reason number 2. Audio tonality. Your personal brand should reflect your choice of audio. Lower pitches mean authority, seriousness, and emphasis. Higher pitches mean friendly, approachable, and entertaining. Your content direction must be aligned with how it is presented. When your audio matches how you sound and what you stand for, you are driving your content towards authenticity. Okay. That's good. Pretty good. It's good sounding. Okay. Next, unique presence. Okay, unique presence. We're talking this one about something unique that you hear and you know, like, okay, I'm at this place, this is what to expect. So, like, when you're at the MRT, you hear their jingle and you say, like, okay, I don't have the MRT, that means I'm heading somewhere. Something like that. Okay? So, unique presence, it means that audio cements positioning, your unique online positioning. Audio cements your unique online positioning. Okay, let's go. What do you mean by that? Okay. Intros and do you remember MRT jingles? Do you remember MRT jingles, Netflix intros, and McDonald's slogans? That's you can hear it in your head. Good job. Their audio creation. The audio they select, they choose. You can hear it in your head that this means. You hear it? Okay, that's not it. They've done a good job with the audio selection. With the audio they chose. Audio the REMs in association okay, this sounds like a perfect brand. Audio associates your audience with whose content it is and it belongs to and what they can expect out of it. Repeatable, unique audio creates familiarity with the brand. Whose content it belongs to, and what you can expect out of it. Okay, unique presence. Audio cements your unique online positioning. Do you remember MRA jingles, Netflix intros, and McDonald's slogan? If you can hear it in your head, if you can hear it, okay, you can hear it. This is not it. You can hear it. If you can hear it, they've done a good job with the audio they chose. With their audio selection, what they chose, repeatable, unique audio creates familiarity with your brand. Audio associates your audience with whose content it belongs to and what they can expect out of it. And so for the end, again, 1-3-1. And personally, I like to leave a little bit of an actionable kind of tip, okay? Kind of tip that audio is the invisible layer in your. It's the invisible layer that gets people hooked, okay? Audi is the invisible. Let's just go this one. Alright. Audio is the invisible layer. This is some This is your category. Audio is an invisible layer in your multi-sensory. You can choose a wide select array themes or animation. Themes or effects, but what audio sticks the most? Having a unique brand audio will take you in their feed. Your feed. Such as, now you list it out, okay? Your feet, intro music, content, vocal tones, fast page, background audio. Or so then I'm adjusting this, intro music to content, background music. Vocal tones, high or low pitch, fast, slow or fast pace, personal jingles that reflect your principles behind your brand and business, such as, okay, audio is the invisible layer in your multi-sensory branding. You can choose a wide array, you can choose different color palettes, themes or effects, but having a unique brand audio will take your content out of the norm in their feed, in your audience's feed, such as background music for your content, vocal tones, personal jingles that reflect the principles behind your brand and business. Okay? So I'm essentially just reiterating the 3 points again in this manner. Like, okay, visual overload. Okay, you break a pattern with hooks. Background audio. Audio tonality. What you stand for. Unique presence. Personal jingles. Because I'm talking about. You can choose different. And then audio will be the audio yours, uniquely yours. Brand unique. The community you're building. The online presence you have. You're scaling. The online presence you're growing. Audio makes your brand unique, not only for yourself, but for the community you're building, the business you're scaling, and the online presence you're growing. Okay, I got most creators and founders overlook. It's the final piece of audio is a final piece in your branding and most people. So look, audio makes your brand unique. This one should be after this. And what's the call to action? Okay. What's the call to action with? Actually, that's good enough for call to action. Audio makes your brand unique, not for its help. It's sort of like, okay, I'm telling you every single thing that you need for master branding. Okay. So this is the decent intro. Schooling culture becoming norm. 3 creators need audio. Okay. So I have to be specific here, okay? Let's copy that, post that, okay. Scrolling culture is becoming the norm. Your timeline is filled with animations, transition, podcasts, and different audio formats. You have apps using portrait and landscape videos, media for different purposes such as education, entertainment, and inspiration. You need audio as a backbone for your visuals to make your audience remember your brand. Okay, so one key fault here. Oh, actually, by the way, I'm done with the atomic essay. Now I'm just correcting it. I'm trying to make it a lot more readable, making sure that the words are only the right words are used for the right intent, and I'm just checking through that everything is clear because I have to ensure that every piece of copy that I write needs to have who, what, and why, and then the 3 portions are the how. Okay. So when I read this again, the first portion is where the most 3 reasons, the most important thing, like who am I speaking out to and why your brand feels invisible. So your brand, who is your, like why creators feel invisible. Okay, why your brand. Okay, why LinkedIn brands feel invisible. The profile brands feel invisible even with great visuals. Okay, so 3 reasons. I'm trying to make this part of the title because this is so nice. Audio is the final piece in our branding that most creators and founders overlook. 3 reasons why audio is the final piece of okay. Most that your LinkedIn profile is a final piece in your branding. Okay, let's try. 3 reasons why audio is señor. It's the final piece branding that most profiles overlook. 3 reasons why audio is the final piece of LinkedIn branding that most profiles overlook. Okay? And alright, I can stop this because I will stop writing now. I'm just making adjustments. So, of these 3 reasons why audio is the final piece of LinkedIn branding that most profiles overlook. Outcome, okay? Look to grow brand presence. 3 reasons why LinkedIn brands feel invisible even with great visuals. And brands, 3 reasons why audio is a final piece of LinkedIn branding that most profiles overlook. Okay, LinkedIn brand, okay. Why audio is a final piece, why your LinkedIn brand feels invisible even with great visuals. Why audio is a final piece of LinkedIn branding that most profiles overlook. Most piece of branding that most LinkedIn profiles overlook. Piece of branding, final piece, like, oh, okay, there's more. Okay, this sounds a lot more appetizing. Most LinkedIn profiles overlook. 3 reasons why audio is a final piece of 2 piece of branding. Why audio is a final piece of branding that most LinkedIn branding feel invisible even with great visuals. I think this is nicer. It gives outcome as well. It gives who. It gives a bit of urgency with final piece of branding that most LinkedIn profiles overlook. If I want to improve the outcome of it, to grow to grow the presence. 3 reasons why audio is a final piece of branding that most LinkedIn profiles overlook. To grow their presence. Outcome, it's not exactly outcome driven here. It's final piece of branding. I think we can go general here. Okay. Then this one's heading to. In our timeline is filled with animations, transitions, podcasts, and different video formats. You have apps such as, okay, break this up a bit too cluttered here, and try to break things through. Okay. Then education, entertainment, inspiration. Pretty much every copywriter's first few. Every branding courses, like first few modules in content creation is all about like, okay, which of the angles should your content be tailored to? Education, entertainment, or inspiration? And if you are using LinkedIn, then they will say like, okay, you have to use education, you have to use inspiration. Okay, alright, there's a bit of yapping. Next, scrolling down to the and timeline is filled with animation, is full of animations, transitions, podcasts, and different video formats. You have apps using portrait, okay, videos, media for different purposes such as education, entertainment, and inspiration. Different purposes, different branding purposes, different content purposes. Content purposes such as education, okay. Education, entertainment, inspiration. You need audio as the backbone for your visuals to make your audience remember your brand. Here are 3 reasons why your brand. Why LinkedIn profiles feel why okay. Right. LinkedIn profiles. Why your LinkedIn? Here's why. Feel invisible even with great visuals. So now let's bold that. I'm not sure if there's bolding, but okay, this is good. Okay. Audio is invisible there. It's like every piece of the title here that I use, the heading, has to be of value, and that's why I'm using names in particular: visual overload, audio tonality, unique presence. This one I have to work on, like what kind of category or what kind of product or service I can use here, or our title, right? Unique presence, right? Unique presence, personal jingles. Personal jingles, branding, audio, branding, audio, branding, jingle, branding rhythm, brand rhythm, brand sound, brand rhythm, brand jingle. Okay, brand jingle. Okay, what's brand jingle? Audio cements your positioning. Okay, brand jingle. In terms of what you stand for. Okay. Sometimes personal jingles that reflect your principles behind your brand. Okay. All right. This looks good. 382 words. Grade 8. It's still readable. I feel. It's full of animation. The timeline is full of animations. I'm not sure what other words I'm gonna use there, but okay. Unless you have thought-provoking, or your content won't capture attention unless you have thought. If we make this active, I'm trying to make it active time here. Oh crap. Unless you. Okay. Alright, active. Now that's better. For 2 seconds, the people can be more drawn to it, while the audio gets them sticking around. So stick around. To stick around. Okay? When you bigger pattern, more eyes will be watching your content. This looks good already, I feel. Nothing more that I did choose. Nothing more that have to be cemented here. Alright, this is the first draft of AJ's atomic essay for her first piece of LinkedIn newsletter. I can't wait to see like how else this would be like for her.